Hi, everyone. I have some sad news. Mr. O has left me on our 49th anniversary of our first date. He's gone.
No, I'm not.
October Fool.
I just came to bring some snacks for us.
Ah, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome. She thought of this gag all on her own.
What can I say? We got to do something. It's our 49th first date anniversary. It hasn't been our wedding one yet. That'll be 44 later this
The
year.
brief background. We were both working at a large city public library.
Detroit Public Library.
I guess we can say that.
Yes, we can.
You worked in general information.
And you work down in the basement.
Well, it was also called the central page pool, and the basement, as you call it, was one of its outlets.
Right. He would bring up material that patrons requested
From the
that
staff.
I would phone down to him.
Central page pool. Oh, hello, Banshee.
Okay, I wasn't Banshee, but. Well, anyway, that very first date, of course, came because we kept just eyeballing each other from the stacks there. But at any rate, our first date came, and he came without car. He had to be chauffeured, and we had to be chauffeured, and basically had a, what would you call it?
A third wheel.
A third wheel. No, I think somebody to just monitor us, whatever that's called. I forget.
Oh, and we let that guy do that?
He had longer hair than me. Long hair.
Longer hair than me, and I had longer hair than her at that time.
And honestly, my goodness.
Hi, Angel.
How the years have flown by, eh? Hi, everyone.
So what ended up happening was we went to the symphony, the Ford Symphony, which was on the riverfront of downtown Detroit. And then afterwards, we went to a supposed popular Chinese food restaurant, so popular that even the then
We got a
mayor...
donation.
Did we really?
That's what it looks like. Thank you.
Happy first date anniversary. Oh, that's so
Yay.
sweet. From Jackie. Oh, you sweetie.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Jackie.
much.
We
Uh,
had, anyway, it was a great
thank you,
time. It was a
Jackie.
great evening, and he may not have had a car, but he had my heart from that moment forward.
That's right. It was when I said pepper steak. Uh, well, thank you, Jackie, very
Aw,
much.
thank you. All right,
Hi,
so
Kara. Kara has popped
I see
into.
Kara's here to celebrate with us. So we had a silly little intro there for those of you who missed it. I claimed he left me, but he really left me to get snacks for us. Wonderful treats from Gina, as a matter of fact. So
Yes.
we're looking forward to eating those as we do cards. And also, I will be using it's not a spooky deck, but it's a new deck, so I'm going to use it. I just hot off the press from Llewellyn. I got it at, pre-ordered it at Llewellynicon, and it is called the Lubenko Tarot. Very quirky little deck, interesting, and I'll be using that today. It is a little bit dark, some of the imagery, I think, so it may fit. Sonny, your tail is not welcome
Hi,
on
Garima.
deck.
We will definitely
Garima,
add you.
Angel, and Kara. So it's Angel, Kara, and
I'm not
Garima.
sure what order. I think Angel was first, followed by Kara, and then Garima.
That is what I
Very good.
just said.
Hmm. Well, come on over and we'll share our treats with you, Kara.
Kara, Mr. O broke down and he went to our favorite new ice cream place,
Well, now
Brewster's,
it's mine.
with me, and I
Brewster's.
had them make me a chocolate shake with cinnamon ice cream and chocolate ice cream. Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
I don't normally go in a lot for ice cream because there's some sort of dietary physiology thing that happens for me. It's not exactly lactose intolerance, but um, I don't go for it. But I did last night, and it was a great experience. It was not a moving experience. Yes, that's good, Garima. Thank you.
All right, I've
And
got.
anyone else, of course, too, should leave
I'm
their
pretty
questions.
sure I've got everybody on the list. If I have missed anybody, let me know. It looks like I've got everything in order here. Thanks to Mr. O who pulled it together. While I was getting my evil dark shirt. I wanted to get something of my Halloween collection, but like it's like 85 degrees out there. And most of them are long sleeved and just a little bit warmer, so I don't want to be sweating here. Mr. O, I'm going to use the pumpkin one today. Did I give you the other one? Yeah.
Sure. And hi there, Ascending Universal Butterfly. Welcome to our list. I also see Mysterious Queen has dropped in.
Hi,
Hi
Mysterious
there.
Queen. Let's see if
And yeah, we are adding both of you guys to the list. If you need to run about somewhere, just leave us a question. If you're not sure if you'll be back. Normally, if we call for you and you haven't left a question, we'll give you a few minutes, but if you don't show up, we may put you at the end of the list, or depending on how late it is, we may not be able to get back to you. So it's always good to leave your question because if you leave your question, we will do it,
oops, what happened here?
at least until we announce that the list is closed.
Okay, so I think I got everybody. Um, And we're going to get started with a card for the collective. I usually choose an oracle for the new person here, and I usually read and then meme off of the oracle. I like to highlight creators' oracles on this show. Oracles are great, and of course, when I do my cards for the collective, I intuit from, the interpretations I see. But here, I like to read them, and we're going to use the Season of the Witch Samhain Oracle. Pulling it out here. I have a bundle of oracles here if somebody wants an oracle reading today. And it would just be one card if you choose an oracle, or two at the most, top and bottom. And then we always add a Lenormand, but we're specifically mostly tarot here with the additional Lenormand. So
So
that's
this is
season.
that deck for the collective card she's going to draw. The Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. Whoops, almost pronounced it the uh, mundane way.
Now, Mr. O, we'll be picking one, and I'm going to remind Mr. O these can be. This particular deck has reversals.
If I say so.
Let me know if if it is reversed.
Well, that was so nice, Jackie. I really appreciate that. Touched my heart. I really appreciate that.
Oh, I picked it.
Well, let's go then.
Well, it's kind of somber, sort of like what I'm wearing. It's number 18, Graveyard. Oops.
That sounds
And
familiar.
it was upright.
Did we have this once before, maybe?
Well, maybe a year
Last
ago.
year?
I don't think we had it since we
Okay.
started using this.
Graveyard.
We might have had something else, but I'll know as soon as I look at
Maybe
it.
it's the style of the drawing is reminiscent of another card.
It could be. I'm sure it could be.
Right?
Grief, grave, greet the darkness, graveyard. All right. The keywords are peace and acknowledgement. Okay, many see a graveyard as a symbol of mortality. It collects the tears of mourners whose loved ones have been laid to rest. Its stillness is an ominous song that creeps up the spine, leaving us to ponder who death will come for next. But a graveyard is a place of serenity, where souls can find peace and stillness beyond the harsh realities of living. There's no longer the need to struggle against what is. It is a place of surrender. There are those who fear the graveyard, for it has been long been the home of wandering spirits who cannot find peace. Those who have not transitioned to eternity, forced to live a half life, neither dead nor alive. Souls who are faced with taking responsibility for a life not lived to the full, focus on things that did not matter and holding on to resentment. The graveyard card will help you find peace with where you are. There are times when we will be faced with difficult situations that are beyond your control. These are the times that we must surrender to our current place. There is no use in fighting a battle you've already lost. Take control over the one thing you can change. And you know what that is? Yourself. There you go. The situation you're inquiring about is no longer in your hands. The power that has been taken away. Wait a minute. The powers that be have taken over. Often we are faced with a challenging ending that is necessary to facilitate a bright new beginning. And I'll tell you what, I can't wait for a bright new beginning next week when I get my new glasses so I can read better.
Ah,
I didn't
yes.
read the thing on the card. What does that say?
Okay. It says, I too, by the way, need some new glasses.
Okay.
There is a song that bellows in the peace of knowing no end, in acknowledging the crossroads of eternity.
Now, admittedly, I've
Boy,
never
that
done
sounds very goth.
it is. I've never done any kind of ghost hunting in in graveyards at night, so I haven't been spooked out by wandering spirits per se. I've gone to the graveyards where my family's resides, where yours resides, occasional walks in other ones, like where a friend may reside, and I've always felt peace there. I've always felt peace and serenity in
Well, they
graveyards.
say the easy answer to that is that the graveyard is not the place where they died at,
Right.
and that where a person dies may have the most emanations or residual energies that mark a haunting or a residual kind of haunting.
My empathic soul is much more freaked out in a hospital than I am in
Good
a
point.
graveyard. And so I would just say this. It says that, there is times where, oh gosh, I'm forgetting this card already. There is times where, because I went off on tangents, there's times where, we have to just be willing to surrender to the powers that be and put it in faith's hands. Some of the crises and difficulties we are experiencing in life, sometimes we have to lie still and let things be. I don't know if this is one of those times with some of the crazy stuff happening, for example, in this country, but for things in your personal life, sometimes that's exactly what we have to do. So I'll leave it at that. Do you have anything to add?
Uh, no, I think sometimes this kind of a card just expresses the continuity that there are certain constants in the world that operate outside of human time and experience, and just literally the passage of time itself is so vast. It's not totally amazing that sometimes the cycles of really bad things happening in a world stage reality only happen less than a human lifetime because nobody remembers what they went through. And so they're repeating the same mistakes, even though they shouldn't be.
And one quick announcement while we have a big group here, hopefully, people might be out of the room, but there will be no happy hour next week on Saturday, our live positive message for the week ahead show. No happy hour next Saturday. We will be back here on Sunday live, but we can't. We've got a major conflict next week. So we
Miss
will
us.
return the week following Saturday, likely at our usual time.
Right.
Fingers crossed on that. Okay, so I see your questions and thank you for leaving them. And a reminder once again, if you need to leave before we get to your question, we will do it in the order of the list. So you can always try to find it, come back later to the video and find it if you can't stay. All right, Mr. O, it's your deck, and
All
we
right.
are on
So
Jackie. Thank you again, Jackie.
thank you,
Really
Jen.
appreciate it.
And I'm going to use the tarot that I bought a little over a week ago, the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, which I think is pretty sweet. It reminds me of at least two other decks I have, the Karma Music Tarot and maybe the Secrets Tarot, because of the semi illusionary, caricaturish style of the art. Anyway, let me review your question, Jackie.
Well, stay here, Sonny. You can stay. I just need to move up my
Uh,
computer.
is that a candidate for your reading? Were there?
Unfinished issues from a past life. Oh, I should have used my unfinished business tarot, but go ahead. That's fine. Um, uh,
No? Well,
what is
because.
the unfinished business? Why is this important? Where was this heading? Yes, let's do that one.
All right.
Okay.
Very cool.
If we do it that way, it works perfectly.
What is
Hi,
the
Marita. We'll get you on the list.
Hi, Marita.
I think I have to recount my list and make
It's
sure.
probably about 15 by now.
Oh, it's close. It's 13 at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
All right.
10, 11, 12,
So,
14.
Jackie,
All right.
what is the unfinished business from a past life that affects this life?
Oh, thank you, Ascending. I appreciate hearing that. Well, we've been at it a long time. Many years ago, after I met him, I used to do regular playing card divination that I learned from my aunts. It's a long story. I'm not going to get into it, but he taught me the tarot way back early in our relationship.
Thank you for your nice comments. All right, Jackie, so what is the unfinished business? It's the Six of Swords, and
All
it's
right.
upright. So it's almost like you were meant to get somewhere that was going to take you away from some troubles or some situations, and maybe you never quite got there, or maybe it's what you left behind, or it's something connected to that, possibly. I could see that it could be either like it is the sacrifices that you made to make this movement. And so maybe there was a sense you wanted to go back. Some people move from the old country to the new country and they say, I'll come back for you. And then they don't. That could be a past life trauma too that was unresolved. But I don't
Well,
think that's what yours is.
it's really interesting to me because the card is upright,
Yeah.
but I almost feel here that maybe you were unable to complete the journey.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I do
Something like
feel
that.
that too, that, you were moving away from a troubled life. Now, I know before, Jackie, you've spoken about possible drownings or being on a ship at least. Maybe not sure if it was just travel or, drowning or something like that. Maybe you were unable to reach the shore for whatever reasons. You were unable to move away. And even if it wasn't a ship, there's this idea of moving away from your troubles. It's almost as if they either followed you or or you just couldn't finish that journey.
So why is this important? And it's another six, but it's the reversed Six of Pentacles.
I almost feel like it was because there was some kind of struggle that went on here. I mean, usually I don't get anything aggressive with this, but it's almost like a power struggle. And I would say this too, that maybe you're a lack of wealth. Maybe you were in a situation where, you know, you didn't have the money you needed to make this happen, or you were trying to escape a situation of dire poverty. I feel like you were not on the receiving end here, and that things were really out of
It's
balance.
something like that. Another possible idea, I think, is that maybe you were shortchanged in what you paid for. That maybe they said, oh, this will happen. And instead, none of that happened. And in fact, your situation could have been worse. I think that's another possibility. Something didn't equate with what you thought it was going to be. And so it's important because deep inside you want to sort of go back there karmically, reset the stage or something like that. You want to rebalance things. That's what it is. Whatever happened here. Maybe you were trying to be able to send for somebody to come with you, a child, a parent, a spouse, and that wasn't able to happen, possibly for monetary reasons. And so that's the unfinished business, what you left behind that you have regrets over.
I think what the unfinished business to me is that inability to leave troubles behind. And maybe in some way that tended to kind of leave a mark through some of your life
Yeah.
going forward from there. But let's see where did this head? Where did
So
this
where will
lead?
this
Let's see if
ultimately
I can
lead
revert
to?
that.
And it's the upright Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands normally has a lot of
I
happy
see.
connotations, but the thing about the sweet twilight is that it's sort of like saying, well, twilight leads towards darkness.
Oh,
That's they literally
geez.
say that in the book. And so the idea is that there's a home here, there's a foundation, but there's still a sense of maybe everything isn't exactly the way you thought. Maybe there's security, maybe there's a sense of comfort, but where it led to was a feeling like ultimately things weren't resolved.
So is every card in that deck going to be read darkly?
Only if I read them.
That's right, because I don't see that.
Okay.
What I think that card might be indicating to me is this is where things headed is you seeking more joy, more happiness, more reasons to celebrate life as opposed to maybe some of the fear, the crises you had to deal with in the life you were trying to leave behind. I think over time, this imprint on you from this life to seek tranquility, peace, and harmony in your life led you to try to have more joy, fun, and happiness in your life and to celebrate the small things in life as well as the big. All right, I'm going to throw some Lenormand on this.
I do like this deck. I like the moody figures and
It's cool.
coloration.
I like it too. I think
Hmm.
it's a cool deck. All right, it's the Poison Ring. It's a Halloween deck, Lenormand. And it's their version of the anchor, the ball and chain.
Oh, whoa.
So I don't know why, but I guess, it seems as though This is really imprinted on you bigly, and it seems to have stuck with you. I think that's why the anchor is here. It is with you, an influence on you. But maybe now, you're committed to, of course, this end result here, that your life will be more happy, your life will be more joy filled. And, even if it hasn't been, at some point, now maybe in your life you've decided, I need more joy and happiness in my life and peace and contentment. And I think, you're committed to that. And it's basically because this anchor, in my opinion, is about that.
Well, I'm going to go kind of a little bit out there in a crazy way. I don't know if you feel this, but I sort of feel this
Okay.
too. The idea of somebody or something that was left behind or that didn't reunite with you, which I indicated in a couple of those cards, has left a karmic kind of mark, and that maybe that other soul has never really been able to connect back with you, or that somehow their imprint leaves them always looking for you too, or maybe feeling like you gave up on them and so they're avoiding you karmically in future lives. And so the ball and chain and the ring sort of represent your feeling or need to try to rectify that or try to reattach yourself to that experience. And I don't know if you feel like there's somebody from a past life that is there, but you can't really feel them or you don't experience them. Like there's some great membrane between each of you.
Did you see that? He grabbed for my hand. He did. He
Oh
moved.
no.
Yeah.
He thought you had bark in the hand.
Oh, no, I don't think. Look at him.
Cutie.
Silly boy.
So I
So
don't know
that
how you can
it's
relate to
interesting
that, but
what you said there. So you're really equating it to an experience from that past life or a person from that past life that may be anchored in other lives, this life, like
or this presents the karmic struggle to find each other again, you know.
can't rule that out. So consider that option too. I like that. That's pretty good. Um, Wow, so I hope that gave you some insight there, Jackie. Good luck with that. Hopefully, we'll try to do a past life show. Yeah, I
We should
usually
see.
seem to do that in November, but we'll see. Maybe we'll be able to fit it in October. I don't know.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that if you do think that. I wasn't sure what you would think about that, but I know that, of a number of people who talk about their past lives, you do seem to have some interesting karmic interplays with various people you may have been attached to or with. Alrighty.
Okay, so Lena wants to get a general for the month of October.
Okay.
Okay,
That's coming your
very
deck.
focused. I'm going to use the new Lebanco deck. Got it right here.
And I'll just remind
Oh,
everybody. Oh, you can go ahead.
as soon as I pulled this deck out, Mr. O tried to steal it from me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did.
No,
He said,
what?
it's my deck. It's mine.
It is.
No.
It is. I know you were buying it for me. I remember when you said, "Oh, look, I want to buy you this deck,
He's
Mr. O."
getting another deck from November from me, but I told him I would be happy to share. This can be one of our shared decks. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to have it for Halloween season, so if you want to use it during that time on your Goth Tarot or any other show, it'll be available to you.
Well, it is nearly a perfect deck, of course, to use on Goth Tarot. But that's all I ever buy anymore are decks I can use on Goth Tarot.
You just like dark decks. You've been done that for years now. All right. Okay, for Lena, you start off with the Seven of Pentacles upright. You have the Four of Cups reversed. And you have, another seven. You have the Seven of Wands upright. Upright. Don't, I'm
And
gonna bend my cards already. See what I mean? Okay. Well, I'm just dying to see this Lenormand. What do we got?
Thank you, Ascending. We had this combination recently. The child
Well, I hope you enjoy the chat
with the
just
dog.
and the dog, child and the dog. I hope you enjoy the chat as well as sending. Everybody is so friendly here, you know. It's just wonderful. So Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles indicates this is a time, October is a time to kind of step back a little bit, Lena, and assess your progress in whatever area of life you may be concerned about in October, how things are growing, how things are going, and what more you can do to maybe ensure some success in your life, in that area of your life. And I think the Four of, I'm going to
Wands.
go there. No, that's,
Wands.
I thought it was Cups.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
It's okay. The Four of Cups reversed is indicating to me that uh, you've got to, step back, yes, but don't take your eye off of, that you shouldn't take your eye off of what you need to be doing right now either. There could be some opportunities for growth you might miss if you're not paying attention. So it's a twofold thing going on here. You need to step back a little bit, but keep your eye on what's going on because there could be some important opportunities to help you progress there. I'm stopping there with
You
the
know,
cards.
I look through the cards and I sort of see this moving towards that end point. And I'm thinking, Lena, I don't know where this is, if this is in business or some other aspect of your life, but I think somebody is trying to get something away from you that maybe they feel you're not paying a lot of attention to right now. The Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, maybe saying that they see opportunities themselves. And I get the feeling like somebody wants to outmaneuver you in some way. Maybe it's in business, maybe it's in a relationship, but it mostly feels like you're not paying attention to something that you should be, that maybe something that does have value, but you're sort of not taking it seriously, could be forfeit in some way.
Nice. I think, yeah, I'm going to go to that third card now and just say that I feel as though you're going to have the upper hand on this, though. Just remain focused on whatever. Let me get my wand. Just remain focused on whatever that is that you want to step back and assess. And do what you can. Maybe this is an opportunity. Maybe I should rephrase this one. This is an opportunity for you to do what you need to do to make sure everything is moving in the right direction. And I think by end of the month, you will realize that you stand above whatever could be an obstacle in your path, whether it's other people, whether it's situations, whatever it is, you will be on top of things. And actually could have a fairly successful month. It just seems like sort of a quiet yet purposeful month. And I think here you may have an ally in someone too who either might help you work out some solutions to maybe what you feel is lacking here. But whatever the case may be, you can trust a friend or a colleague at work to be of help to you, to be by your side, to be of benefit to you, especially if you're facing someone who might be putting an obstacle in your path.
It feels like that loyal friend probably is going to stick around for a while or be there for a duration. It may feel like they're just somebody who really has an important part to play, but it's more about the consistency or duration of that support. And I'm wondering too, maybe now more than ever, if this does happen more in your career work area.
I think this is relating to career and work, I will say, more than anything, but I can't rule out other areas. It could be your home life, but as far as material matters go in your home life. And I would say this that, besides that, I would also say, the dog is about loyalty and the child. And I would just also add this might be a month where you need to be very loyal to growth and development this month. So that's another thing I would say about that combination there. Good luck with that.
Well, you know,
And we are on Siama. Hi, Siama.
Hi, Sienna.
Whoops.
Yes, I guess it is.
Yes, it is. It's good. It's actually a good reading. I think you are going to have a good month. I didn't see any obstacles in your way. I mean, to stay on top of things, sometimes you have some challenges. You have to make sure everything's in order. You have to make sure that, people aren't trying to sabotage you in any way. But I really see you as being on top of whatever is thrown at you this month. So good luck with that.
You're welcome. And Siama wants a general reading. I'm going to use the Secrets Tarot.
And we're going to keep moving. I would say we'll probably, let me see, where am I at? 14. Two more people if they come in at the most, and we're going to close the list. But everybody who is on the list will get a reading. I have a Lions game to watch today.
Okay, so general reading, Siama. Our first card is the Chariot upright. And then the return of
What am I doing?
the Seven of Pentacles upright.
Oh, that's back again.
Yeah,
We've been seeing that a lot lately. That card's been coming up.
I know. And then the Knave or Page of Pentacles, and that's also upright.
So Chariot upright, Page of Pentacles upright, and Seven of Pentacles in the middle.
Yep.
Wow, and this is a general reading. Well, it does all seem to fit together to me. Like maybe it's going to be one of the focuses for you, Siama, in this month, or just in a general sense, maybe for the next few weeks. The chariot is here and is indicating movement, drive, motivation, a determination to move forward on some project or goal of yours. And with the page of, I want to kind of keep this card in the middle. The page of pentacles in the other side is indicating to me that there could be some good news coming to you, either materially, financially. Maybe this is about a job. I can't rule that out. Or maybe this is about, if you are working, a promotion or raise, something good coming that is really going to inspire all of this. Or some good news about something you want to get started. People are really excited about it and interested in it. So now is the time to really start watering this the seeds you are planting, and helping it grow. I think here this is a time for you to decide, what do I need to pull this off and how am I going to make it happen? And then make it happen, because it looks like there's interest or there's good news coming, and you really have some will and determination and motivation to see this through. It's just that some patience is going to be required, because you can't just go off half baked here. You have to have a good plan.
Well, this reading to me seems like it's more likely about your business or career parts of your life, or it could be about a significant project you have going on, maybe, home decoration or renovation, or it possibly could be about relationships that are important to you, but I think it's more likely business kind of growth kind of things. And the chariot is saying really that you kind of feeling like you're pulling your energy and motivation together to fully handle these things. And it may in fact be something that has just been going on, but you haven't really pulled it into the front row. Like it's been a project that's been working in the background, but now they feel like the time to really push it into full gear. And I think that that Page of Pentacles suggests too, you're feeling that you're getting the indications or messages that this is a fruitful time for you to move these concerns ahead.
I was going to let you go all the way through, but I thought I'm sorry I didn't get the Lenormand out earlier. You might want
No,
to
that's
see them.
fine.
So this is the birds in the traditional Lenormand, the bats. And the fountain is the garden, the fountain of blood there. Or Halloween punch. We'll just say
Hi,
that.
Namira.
We're going to add you to the list, Namira. Maybe one more after that, and we have to shut it down. It's a long list. So leave your question if you can't stay. All right.
Yeah, it would be a while before we end up calling you.
All right. So again, uh, go ahead. Do you want to finish it up? Did you finish
Okay,
it up
no,
pretty
I'll let you
much?
start.
Okay. I did already.
Oh,
I,
what did you think?
I said will determination.
I meant those.
You finished all the cards?
I
Okay.
did.
So basically, the
So did
bats
you.
fit right in with the Page of Pentacles here, who is a
Yes.
messenger. So it seems to me there's going to be a lot of activity with other people, and especially with the fountain here. So if there are any kind of business gatherings that you can go to, or business meetings, or what have you, any kind of gatherings where you can network what you're trying to do, or if this is if you're thinking about a personal matter, then get yourself out there and communicate with others, in this time period ahead, because it might help you move whatever you want to manifest along.
Those last two Lenormands do seem like it's about a marketing, business or
Yes.
networking kind of situation. So it could just be that the whole affair really is you finding this in this month, these opportunities that allow you to promote your own agendas, whether it's for work or for projects, and to pull in other people through networking that may be able to help you. A large part of this really does seem like it's about, ultimately working on a dream project you've had in mind. So good luck with that.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that. Libra is up. Up. I can't. Oh, wait, there she is. What's coming towards me? All right, I'm going to use my Haunted House Tarot.
Mhm.
So we're doing some fun things on our other social medias. We're going to be posting new Halloween haiku on Mondays, and we are going to be posting what I like to call moldy oldies Halloween haikus on Fridays. So stay tuned for that. And Mr. O will be doing some extra readings this month. You never know what I will come up with. And what is the other thing we're doing? There's something else we're doing. I can't think.
More
Oh, our
card trick.
cards for the collective. Our cards for the collective are daily cards on social media and that we post here on YouTube. We usually rotate them every 2 weeks. I do 2 weeks, Mr. O does 2 weeks. But we're gonna rotate each week because we have such a lot of Halloween spooky horror
Right. So rather
decks.
than each of us having two decks in that month, we'll each have, well, one deck really, because we have one
Yeah,
deck for 2 weeks, so we'll have two decks.
we'll have two decks. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm doing some extra cards of the month on Thursdays. I'm going to do one extra poll called Thirsty Thursday, and I'm using the vampire themed tarot decks I have. I have 5 or 6, and so I'm just going to use a different one every Thursday for that. You're welcome.
Yeah, we know where it's at. We'll be able to get to it if you have to leave, so
Yeah,
don't worry there. One of us can get to it. Sometimes mine doesn't let me go all the way up the chat, but he can get it.
yeah,
So
this should be no problem.
alrighty then. So what's coming towards Libra?
That's
I,
your reading, right?
yes, let's do that.
All right.
Sometimes I go more general, but let's do that. So what's coming towards Libra? It's the It's the Queen of Wands, upright.
You handed it to me reversed.
Reversed. It is reversed.
Alrighty, I'm glad I checked.
Queen of Wands is reversed. Let's start with that. What's coming towards you? Well, Libra, a period where, you're not feeling as confident as normal. Something is throwing you off your game. And, could be maybe an argument or disagreement. It could be something else. Maybe you feel out of your element somewhere and you don't feel comfortable. So I think that's what's coming towards you. And this might come at a time in my mind where, self confidence might be important and courage to stand up for whatever it is you're facing.
Other cards may reveal if there is something that's a cause of this, but it does feel that way. It feels like what's coming towards you is just some, I wouldn't call it moodiness, but just sort of maybe a shyness about your ability to project your point of view or your sense of power, agency, in something. So it could just mean that, you're not coming across somewhere where you need to be. And some of this could just be that you feel challenged about speaking up or about asserting yourself, but it may not last forever.
So, why is this important? Oh,
What is it?
well, it's the Three of Wands. It's the Three of Wands reversed. So, it's important because, you could at something you might otherwise be achieve success at, you could fail at something if you are not, your usual comfortable, confident, courageous self.
Yeah, something about the way you normally project your energy, your personality, or your sense of values and what you are interested in and what you're willing to, stand up for, would be compromised if you're not able to figure out what's causing this, or I don't think it's a mental block so much. I mean, I'm actually wondering if it's an external thing, like if it's a particular personality that you have a hard time, being yourself around, being assertive with, or if it's just a situation in itself that challenges you when you have to talk about a certain kind of thing or confront a certain kind of thing. So, right, it's important that you come to grips with that.
Well, and so where are things headed? This is a really gruesome picture for the Ace of Swords.
Ouch. It is upright though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I would say this because it is upright, it's not, but that is kind of a heavy picture. So it might make me look at it this way. You know, you could you could cut yourself off from success by by your lack of being confident and courageous when you need to be. However, you would be victorious if you just stand tall, if you do, if you think things through and don't let anything throw you off your game and shake and rattle your confidence.
Yeah, I think ultimately it leads to you realizing that some of this is something you really have to apply a certain, you're going to find ultimately you have to be more assertive. You have to put your energy into those things. And so it may be because, there is a pain quotient that you'll have to deal with, but ultimately it will lead to this, regardless of whether that's true or not. Here's the Lenormand, which I think is going to throw maybe a wrench into the plan. The cross and the clover. So I'm not sure what that means.
Well, it could mean that maybe some unexpected, fortuitous event could turn this around. Maybe, in a sense, that's why you become victorious because something, even though something rattles you, something may come along unexpectedly that could turn your grief or worries or discomfort into, you know, back to normal, back to your confidence level. Because see, this is usually a very bad card, but let me tell you, the Clover and the Lenormand is incredibly positive and
Mitigates.
powerful. It changes the whole framework of the reading. So, what I think it is saying here is that yes, success is definitely possible, and you can turn this all around. Just be confident, be strong, be tough. Don't let anything rattle you. You know, it's like I don't want to bring up the government analogy, but I mean, let me just bring it up in another way. For example, in everyday life, people like to badger and push people into a corner. But the thing is that, you know, if you remain confident and you stand up to that, a lot of times they kind of just melt away. So, you know, that could happen here.
I like that, and I feel that's a really good way of putting it. To me, the appearance of the clover, I now get it, I kind of see it, is the idea of confidence too. To believe in luck is to be considered quite confident. So I don't know how this arises to you, but basically it may be once again a fortuitous kind of event or feeling that just says, you know, no, I'm better than this because I can channel into my innate good luck and sense of purpose.
That's what we have for you. Good
Good
luck
luck.
with that. All right, Crystal is up. Crystal 183. Oh, did I do that? Okay. Well, Crystal, you are up.
You're welcome, Siama. All right, I'm going to use the Karma Music Tarot.
Did you find the question? Because I did not.
I can find it. Hold on.
I can only go
They
so.
wrote it right in the beginning.
Yeah, I can't get to the beginning apparently.
Right, maybe they didn't.
Oh, I say hi. Hi, TFT. I am at the
Crystal, are
beginning.
you here?
Yeah, Crystal, type your question now if you are here. Otherwise, we have to move on.
Right, we're very tight today. We may only be able to give you a minute or two.
So I want to
Usually,
tell everybody, since we have a moment, that we filmed two new WTFs for TFT or with TFT, and they will be coming out shortly.
shall I play that and let you
Do it.
talk over it?
Do
Okay,
it.
hold on. Uh,
And the news
It.
Go ahead. Well, you can talk over it.
Well, I can talk over it.
can't
And so the thing is that
going on.
we've got two of them. They're not really covering current events, so it's going to be a little bit lighter. One of them is a little bit more current because it involves something. How shall I say this? Something in the sky. Let's just say that.
A heavenly phenomenon?
And the other one is something that's been bugging me for some time. And since our cards for the collective this week are not too kind again, that are going to be coming out, I decided to go ahead with a question about that as our second reading. So stay tuned for those. They'll be fun, guaranteed.
Alrighty.
All right, we're going to move beyond Crystal, I guess, because we've got to get the show going.
Crystal,
I'm just going to take them off because
yeah, we have to move on. We're sorry. I'm gonna look again just to make sure I didn't pass you up.
yeah, please do. But I'm pretty sure I
don't
didn't
think
see
so,
it.
though. Okay, so we're gonna move on
To Nada.
to Nada,
Hi, Nada.
and hopefully Nada has left the question. General, already.
Alrighty, your deck.
Thank you. Yep, I'm gonna use the Karma.
Grab a deck, Mr. O.
I have.
What the heck? What other deck did I just bring out? Let's see. Oh, yeah. I'm going to use that one next. All right.
It's possible Crystal was just saying hi because that's all she said.
Hi, Nada.
TFT.
Yeah, it's possible. Isn't she the one that either sleeps or works at this time? It was
I
something.
don't remember
I think
that.
there might have been a conflict
Uh,
with our Sunday show.
all right, general reading for Nana. And our first card is the Wheel of Fortune reversed.
Okay.
Card 2 is the Empress, which is called Lilith, and that's upright. And then card 3 is the upright Two of Wands.
All right. I like this. I mean, it's not the best worlds when you get the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Let me get the
True.
Lenormand out because I've
True
got it.
that.
All right. It's the ball and chain again, the anchor. Oh, and it's a cross.
Which is called the dagger, but is in fact the cross.
Well, it's like a cross. So,
Exactly.
all right. Well, I was feeling good until I see that, but let's just say this is a general reading, so it's only for a period of time. It could be the month of October, though, what's left of the month of October. It just seems like things, you feel like almost the universe is going against you here. You know, nothing seems to be going right. You don't seem to be at the right place at the right time, and just luck doesn't seem to be on your side. That's how you feel. And I think with the Empress reversed here,
No, it's
upright,
reversed.
Empress is upright. You just need to keep on keeping on despite this. You know, the universe is always going to throw things at us, good or bad. And sometimes it's a bad cycle. But that doesn't mean you should give up hope and stop working on the things that are important to you. And also, what I would say too, if this is a time where you're struggling and you feel like everything's weighted against you, take better care of yourself then. Take some time to pamper yourself and make yourself feel better.
Well, a lot of times the word chaos is bandied around a lot, and the wheel reverse could suggest chaos, but it's very dramatic. It could just be saying really that things unexpectedly happen and they are of a concern, Nada. They may feel like, if your car doesn't start, and you were expecting to just hop in and go somewhere, that's a problem, or whatever it might be. Those things are problems.
You know
But
what, though? I was just thinking, you like to think the wheel is about, and it is about cycles. I know you bring it up a
yeah.
lot. We're having a full moon this week. And so I'm wondering if this bad luck cycle is between the full moon, which, by the way, is going to be in Aries, which can be a little wonky at times, and it's moving towards, maybe by new moon things will straighten out. I have a feeling the moon cycle's involved here.
Well, regardless of that, I'm not sure. I could probably think about that.
Okay.
I also feel too that, the sense of chaos is, if nothing else, a bit of energy, things moving through your life. And so you can possibly master that energy. I think that the Empress can use those things to try to force them into their projects. It is very likely too you'll have to use some of this to monitor yourself, but don't be surprised if maybe some opportunity that is chaotic or unexpected gives you the plans to do something or to make a creation in your life.
So the Two of Wands. So I think this time period where things may be a little bit sluggish and slow or not working to your advantage would be a great time for you to just do some planning or do some analysis about maybe why you feel the way you do, that things are not going away your way. Because you remember, the one thing I said for the card for the collective that was in that book was the fact that we can't always change the circumstances that come our way, but we can change ourselves and we can change the trajectory of where things are going, for us. So make a plan, strategize, figure your way through this rather than feeling stuck in a time where you feel like everything is weighted against you.
The Two of
And
Wands.
that is the
The
Lenormand.
Two of Wands is about trying to figure out where you want to go, looking at what you have accomplished and thinking where you may be able to go. So if you're able to move beyond, the unforeseen events, you probably realize there's a lot you can still do, or as it's winding down, you will be able to do that. Now, what did you say again about the dagger and the ball and chain?
Well, I feel that they may be feeling stuck in, in this bad luck period. It's causing them grief. And maybe perhaps you felt that, life has gave you a lot of lemons, for a while now. But you don't have to get stuck here. You can change the trajectory through planning and analysis and really looking objectively at what you feel is going wrong in your life and accepting what maybe you might need to change or think outside the box and do differently.
I like that. I think that those two cards there say that although this time has upheaval, you just have to really try to be patient. It is a cycle and it won't last forever. You will get through it.
Okay, good luck with that.
Good luck, Nana.
We are on Aries.
Hey, Ari.
Can you tell me if I'm actually destined to live in California or just visit? Do we want to do 2 and 2 for that?
Yeah, we could do that.
We'll try that. So the first 2 cards will be what's the likelihood of you living in California? What's the likelihood of you just visiting there? Actually, we could almost just do that with 3 cards and decide, couldn't we? Should we do that? We're going to
Let's
do
do it
three
that way.
cards instead, I think.
Yeah, I think that would do it.
I think that's better because we might get ambiguous. Well, we might get ambiguous results either
One
way.
way or the other.
And if we do, then we'll do a quick yes no.
Exactly. You're welcome, Nada. Very welcome.
You're welcome, Nada. Did I not post that list again? There we go. All right. So I'm going to just focus on California. You're destined to live there. And we shall see what it says.
As it turns out, you probably wouldn't live there without first visiting it anyway. So
Well,
you
yeah.
just need to read the cards and get that feel.
Using my Shadowlands Tarot. Okay, this isn't bad. It's reversed. It's a 2 of Swords reversed. Ah. But this one's a concern. It's the 10 of Cups reversed. And it's the 7 of Wands upright. That's interesting. Okay, well, that's definitely either going there or visiting there. Ah, a tree.
Yes, I thought you might think that.
Yeah. Well, boy, it's a mixed bag, but I think you could end up there. However, there's just no sitting on the fence on this, Ari. You are going to have to make a decision and a move at some point, to make this happen, to make this become a reality if that is what you desire. And I don't know. Is this going to cause conflict with others? I could look at this 2 ways, so I'm going to try to look at this 2 ways here. Could this cause, some disturbances in your family or something if you move there? I mean, is it really far away from where your family's at or friends? There's going to
She's
be
East Coast.
Oh, she's East Coast. So yeah. So could there be disharmony here and disappointment and sadness and separation? This is what it looks like there. Or I have to say, you may not totally be happy with this move. It may not completely end up being what you had hoped it was, the happy ending you were looking for there. But I do feel that that might have some advantages for you amongst other places you might want to move to. So it may not be the be all end all for you, but it may not be bad for you either.
Hi, Kelsey.
We can add you, Kelsey, and you are the last.
I think you're our last reading, and we're doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. All right, Ari. I agree with Banshee. I think that the Two of Swords really indicates that you have been really trying to come to this decision. It's not really about just a visit. It's a pretty serious decision for you. You will visit to try to figure it out. And I can kind of see what she says with that Ten of Cups there. The Ten of Cups is reversed, and this may indicate that I don't know that this puts you on the outs with people necessarily, but there's a sadness about this. Maybe somebody sort of feels, really sad about it. It could even indicate to you too that, you're going to have some emotional, feels about this move, or that the idea of making this decision will, hyperactivate your emotions to some degree. But the Seven of Wands seems to be a good outcome here. The Seven of Wands says you're making the choice yourself. You're doing it exactly the way you need to. And of course, that could be why some of the emotional pain is showing there a little bit too. You may live in a kind of family where they don't feel you should be doing this on your own. You're so young, how can you move to the other side of the country? And, they sort of feel that. But you're very capable of doing this, is what that Seven of Wands says.
And I think that, maybe the situation with the Ten of Cups is only temporary, while you get acclimated there, you start establishing a life for yourself there, because the rider and the tree is here. And that made me think you are going to move there and you're going to grow into it there. You're going to grow a life for yourself there. And, maybe a learning experience for you as you get used to the lifestyle, the culture, everything that goes on there. So that's sort of what I'm seeing here. I don't think we need a yes, no.
I think those Lenormands definitely point to you moving there, whether you end up visiting a time or two before that or not.
Still
Because
visit,
the
right?
horseman is moving towards where they are putting down their roots, the tree.
Yeah, and the trees is about family growing. Maybe that's where you'll finally find the right person to start a family with. So I can't rule that out either.
Good luck,
So
Eric.
good luck with that, Aries. So hey, get a move on, the Two of Swords reverse says, and make it happen. Good luck with that. All right, and we are on Angel Rivera, who wanted an oracle reading, I believe.
I believe Angel wanted an oracle, yes.
Oops.
All right.
All right, I am going to use, and look what I have here, Mr. O, Sunny
It's
Sun.
time.
I am going to use the Witch's Moon Magic Oracle cards. I have them here, so why not?
Mm,
Oh, she makes such good stuff. As I'm pretty sure these are all read upright. Yes. Okay. Well, hey, Mr. Rivera. You've got the mead moon, and it says to pollinate.
Is that allowed on a family show?
I don't know, but there it is. The mead moon. Who wants some mead? I should have some for my Lions game today. Actually, I have a bottle of wine in the fridge, but I don't know if I'm going to crack it open finally. It's been sitting there a long time. Okay. So basically, there's a little ditty that goes along with this card, and I just got to read it. Drink of the moon on this warm night. Pollinate with goals in sight. O mead of honey golden hue, your sweet success I shall pursue. The moon magic is said and done, so mote it be with harm to none.
Lovely.
Such a cute book.
All right,
Okay.
and here's the Lenormand real quick.
Okay, I didn't read this yet, but go ahead.
The key on the clouds.
All right, so the moon guidance is the flowers are in full bloom and honey is fermenting, and it is a busy bee that pollinates their ideas and dreams. There are no limits when it comes to sweet success. Devotion to the bigger picture serves your projects well, and you'll soon be enjoying the fruits of your hard labor. As the mead moon shines its honey beam upon these warm nights, draw in its strength of success and prosperity. This is a time of harvest celebration. As you take a sip from the amber nectar of the gods, make plans to gather together the ingredients you need to move forward. Everything you require is ripe for the picking. A community built on firm foundations is vital when it comes to sharing with others. Instead of flitting in between projects, allow the intoxicating and heady energy of the mead moon to support and ground you, even if others are trying to clip your wings. And so, this is a time to focus your attention on obviously the most important tasks. And I think here, I this is just such a fun card, to pollinate, and pull your ideas together. According to this card, there's a little bit of a magician element to this card in that it's saying that you have everything you need in order to succeed at something right now. And so, do it, pollinate. And don't limit yourself. I mean, if ideas are flitting around in your head, see how you can get them to fit. Think big picture here.
Well, pollination obviously refers to the idea of sort of like recreating oneself or engendering fertility or life. But the idea of just spreading around, just the idea of pollinating as a way of being present in more places, spreading around, sort of going around and letting your influence, take precedent.
And
Our letter
the key is the clouds. Don't be very clear headed about where you want to see things going. You have a lot of ideas, organize them, decide what's going to work, what's not going to work, what you need, what you don't need, and be very clear. The clouds could indicate that maybe this could be a little bit of a confusing time for you because there's a lot of things that either you want to set in motion or a lot of things that you want to, a lot of ideas you want to throw around for one particular goal. You really have to focus and fix it. And also, I remember the card said, don't allow others to confuse you with the way they want to see things going. Stick to your plan and stick to the way you, of course, want to see things being implemented.
Well, pollination is an action of nature, meaning that there's an automatic and random element to how it works. And so things pollinate not necessarily because it's for sure that something's going to spark off of that, but because it just increases the chances of that. And so with the Lenormand, that's the idea too, is that there are things that maybe dilute the potential. And so the key is figuring out where it's best to to do the best organization of what you're trying to pollinate or spread around.
And bees are very busy. And so I have a feeling this is going to be a very busy time for you. As far as personal projects go, work goes, all of that. It's going to be a very busy, productive time for you.
All right.
So get plenty of sleep. Good luck with that, Angel.
Bye, Angel. And we're on Kara. Yes, it is, isn't it, Angel?
All right. Well, you're welcome, Angel. I figured it might be a busy time for you. That's why I kind of chuckled when I saw the bee and pollinate, because I thought of the busyness of the bee. All right. So we are on Kara, who wants to know what's coming her way. Okay.
Cool. Well, I want to use one of my several horror tarots.
Ooh,
this is the one by Todd Alcott, so there's a sense of pulp fiction about it. This is the box it comes in. It looks like a book, and of course, a bloodstain. How unique! It's not really a bloodstain unless I was clipping that dang hangnail. Yeah, that's what I was doing, right?
Oh, dear.
Whoops. Here's the back of the cards. What's coming your way? That sounds like you're reading too, doesn't it?
It does.
Alrighty.
Though there could be more than one thing, but let's see. I'll do my reading. I'm going to look for the most important thing coming your way, Kara, that you need to pay attention to.
Yes, that's absolutely what is implied here. Is that a Lenormand?
Why am I doing this?
I don't know, because you had two in a row with
No, you know why?
angels.
You know why? Because I was going to be my next deck. Sorry for readings.
That's
Just
okay.
got ahead of
I
myself.
stopped, yeah. Alrighty, so what is coming towards you? And it is strength reversed. What is coming towards you could be the idea that you're going to have to be a little bit more assertive and maybe even strongish. Like you're going to have to be a little bit more forceful than you might normally feel you are. Somehow, as a Taurus, I don't see that being a problem for you, Kara. But maybe this is because, it's more out of the ordinary, because maybe this is something more of a challenge than what you have had recently.
So strength reversed, yeah, it seems to me lately we've been talking about chilling out, toning things down, focusing on yourself, different things like that. This is a time now that maybe, that Taurian, stubborn, put the line in the sand sort of attitude that you can have sometimes comes to the fore. This is a time for you to set some boundaries maybe, and just to tell people, and to be a little bit firm with people. I think, this is a time for firmness, maybe a time for some aggressive action or talk. Nothing that would get you in trouble now, my friend, but just something that you have to kind of stand up and stand your ground to. And
I guess it's like saying I'm not going to take any bull crap.
Right, you're not going to take it anymore. Is that how it goes?
We're not going to take
It's
it.
Hades, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Why is this important? It's there.
I think it's either the 3 or the 10.
It says ace up here, so I don't know.
It says ace.
It does.
Then it's the ace.
It's yes, because there's the sword coming off the ground.
And it was reversed. So it's the ace of swords reversed.
Why is this important? Because you feel like somebody might be disingenuous to you. I feel like here. Like maybe somebody's trying to convince you something is the right way to go, the right thing to do, and they're trying to force you on a certain path or to be a certain way. But it's like, it's not true. It's an empty victory, and you realize it. I think you realize that what they want you to do is not where you see yourself going, and so it's time to just say no to that.
Kara, is this possibly about the brother you're having arguments with? I know you mentioned that again recently and that he really, peed you off, etc. But I'm wondering if this is somebody, it's important that, you be assertive because somebody is challenging you or somebody does want to, make a strike on you in some form, whether it's, just putting you in your place without violence or using some trying to knock some sense into your head or something like that. I don't know, do you have a feel towards that, or do you think this is somebody else you might know?
All right. So where are
Okay,
things headed?
where are things headed?
The Four of Cups, upright.
It's the Four of Cups upright.
Well, you could. Well, I think it's going to be a little bit of a draining experience having to deal with the situation or person. I think it's going to feel really draining to you and you're going to want to withdraw, which is fine. So long as I feel you stand up for yourself here. It's okay to retreat and just back off from this individual, but not before you, I don't want to say read them the riot act, but before you stand up for yourself first and say, no,
Yeah.
we need to discuss this no further. This is the way it's going to be.
The Four of Cups does have that feel like that you could be saying in a gentler way, "Sorry, my line in the sand is here. I'm not ready to move this conversation or situation forward.
And
I may think about what you said, but we're not doing anything."
And I love it because you know how the Four of Cups traditionally has a cup being offered to the person who's just sitting there? You're saying, no, I don't want your cup, right? I don't want your stinking cup.
No mead.
So,
So yeah, I think you're standing up for something. I think that the possible adversary, if we want to look at it that way, is somebody who is not necessarily going to be kind or gentle with you. But I think you need to, state your intentions. And if you're not ready to go forward on any of this, let them stew.
and you've got the poison ring.
There you go. Do the Lucretia Borgia
No,
on
no, do
them.
not do
Yes.
that.
I can help you with that. I know a good retailer out that way.
No.
No, I don't.
And the blood moon. So, I think this is saying here, you know what? You don't need anybody else's advice or direction on how to be successful. Commit yourself to moving forward when and how, you want to. Okay? You don't need to follow this. You need to follow your own, you're strong enough to figure things out on your own without somebody else trying to tell you what to do. So,
If
commit
I'm
to that.
reading between the lines here, this is something that maybe could be that relative or could be somebody who is basically trying to take you down in terms of your own sense of personal dignity or esteem. And so that's why I think these two last cards showed up. The idea that you need to focus on your own sense of being and purpose and where success will ultimately find you. I agree.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Kara.
And we're on Garima.
And I know Garima left a question, so if you can't find it, I will.
I probably can get to that one because it's later in the list. Mhm. Yep, there it is.
Alrighty.
Okay, what's Kelly's feelings for me? We've been having a lot of banter at work, and I'm definitely attracted to him. Can this be a romantic connection? Okay.
Okay.
All right, I got this deck. Or yeah, you said I did two in a row. Did you want to do another deck or should I?
I could do another one.
I've got mine out. It doesn't matter to me.
Well, I
Go
have
ahead.
plenty here.
Go ahead, do it.
Plenty. Let's see. I'm going to use the Secrets Tarot again. After all, we're trying
Turn
to
into a werewolf and scare them. Sounds like
You're
a good
welcome.
plan to me. But only scare, don't rip them apart, okay? Mr. O is going to go out and get Chinese food for me while I start watching the Lions game.
Yeah.
We're going to have a nice dinner together watching my Lions game.
Because that sort of replicates the anniversary of our first date.
Rumor has it my son might stop in. My son, our son.
Can Kelly be a romantic connection? What are their feelings?
Yep. Oh.
Right. Card 1. Upright Two of Pentacles. These cards are a little bleachy. Upright Queen of Pentacles. And then the reversed Four of Wands, which of course as a
Not
reversed
bad.
card is not bad at
Here,
all.
take a look at this. Turn around, sorry.
The
Spooky tree.
which is basically the tree.
And guess what's back?
The ring.
Goodness, Garima. This has some potential. And you know, it's ironic to me that we have pentacles here, and of course, you met them at work.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
true.
that's really very connecting. And the Two of Pentacles indicates to me that you may have a lot in common, or maybe even opposites attract. I can't say, but one way or another, there seems to be a balance and a harmony that's going on here, right?
If nothing else, I think they're absolutely somebody that could be a good friendly co-worker, maybe
Yes.
even a friend outside of work in situations. They feel balanced, and or your association with them feels like it's balanced.
And you're asking about their feelings. Maybe they feel they do get along with you really well.
Yeah.
You know, that this is a nice connection, at least so far as you being friendly and, you know, at work right now.
It's a comfort factor. There's a comfort factor about this card.
The Queen of Pentacles indicates that they think you are a very caring person. You're kind. You know, and it seems like, again, they feel like you are somebody that they could depend on, you know, to be there for them.
You also feel to them like you're somebody that's capable of being a good, solid partner. In terms of work experience, you sort of have their idea of somebody who's productive, creative.
I like that. And then when you look at the Four of Wands reversed, all that is saying that, you know, maybe this just needs to to establish itself more. You know, maybe you just need to establish, you know, the connection more before this moves forward positive, you know, in a more romantic direction. But I feel that's definitely possible looking at what's ahead. But that's kind of what I think the Four of Wands reversed is indicating to me.
Okay, that's nice.
You like
I
that?
was going to say that these cards feel like it's not necessarily a slow burn towards eventual possible romantic, but it might be a little bit, not immediate. It won't be immediate, I guess. Is what I'm
Right.
saying.
I just think it needs more getting keep this flow going. If it's been really positive, keep this flow going because
The ring and the tree.
because the tree is about setting roots down and, connecting, and maybe establishing a partnership, relationship, a family, that sort of thing. And the ring is about commitment. So commit yourself to growing this. Commit yourself to growing it into the romantic situation that you want. I think this may have potential. I really do.
Good luck with that
I
then.
like it.
And
With that.
sending UB, it's the anniversary of our first date,
49
which
years ago.
was approximately 5 years before we did get married. And of course, some stuff happened in that 5 years too. We lived together for 2.5 years or so.
Our wedding is coming up in November,
It's
though.
in November, actually.
So, but we always celebrate the first date because, hey,
Yeah.
that's where it all began.
Somewhere in one of our playlists or somewhere in the backlogs of our YouTube is a very silly replication of the first date. It's very silly, so you might have to Google anniversary or something
We
like
did
that.
that pretty early too in our YouTube journey. So
No. We dated or lived together for 5 years before we got married. As of next month, we will be married 44 years.
44 years of marriage. So yeah, I mean, I have a son who's in his
He'll be 43 next year.
yeah, and a granddaughter who's in
My granddaughter
college.
will be 20
College
next
age.
February.
Yeah.
I know. It's hard to remain looking young and pretty. We know that. We didn't.
Okay, so who are we on? My goodness. Done with Garima. We are on Mysterious Queen.
Hey, Mysterious Queen.
Well, thank you, thank you. It's been a journey, and it's so nice to have shared it with one individual like Mr. O.
You got that right.
Okay, Mysterious Queen wants to know what action her person is going to take towards me in the month of October.
Right.
All right, let's see what we get.
Hi, Maria. Thank you. Thank you, Ascending. It's true. There's been hard times.
Oh, yes, there have. Been hard times.
I forgive her for everything she's ever done.
Not just relationship wise, but just some of the things you go through in life. My entire family literally died when he entered my life. I mean, they've been dying slowly. My mother came from a family of 9 other siblings, and
Well, the thing about them, though, is that they were all a lot older than us. Your mother herself was about 40 years older than us, and the others ranged in that range.
and he had to help me, and my son even helped with
Yes,
my mother's nearly 15-year battle with Alzheimer's disease. So, yes, we have had our challenges.
I am a Scorpio. I'm in that final decan of Scorpio. Mercury and Saturn are also in Scorpio for me. I know what that means. Means I should have been a surgeon. Or I could have been. She's in Aries. So we're fire and water.
With fire and water. So look at that. It's the sun reverse. Now, let's not get too excited about that yet. We're going to look at the rest of these cards.
You're right. The loyalty of Scorpios are sometimes one of those things that doesn't get talked about a whole lot. Even though, of course, we can have disloyalty.
The Page of Swords is reversed.
You started to laugh.
Sheesh. Are you in contact with this person, Mysterious Queen, by chance? I mean, is you communicating currently? We have the Ace of Wands reversed too. You've got all reversals here, and I'm wondering about this.
Yeah, when her mom was in Alzheimer's, it was very challenging. We were working, of course. Her younger
I was
sister.
going to school
your-
through part of it too. I was finishing my college
Yeah,
degrees
of course it doesn't come at a good time.
because I went back later in life to finish them up. Anyway,
Yeah, let's get on with the reading for
where's your
this.
Lenormand? I think we're going to need him.
Alrighty, here they are. Dang, it's the key again. Dong. And the birds. The birds are the words.
Yeah, it's all about communication, but there may be some miscommunication going on here, so I'm not sure. I think that this might be a lesson successful. This was for October, right? Was that it? What's going to happen in what's their actions? This might be a less successful month for you both. They may be pulled away. Maybe they might be doing, they may be having a hard time connecting with you. I feel here this Page of Swords is of interest to me because it's reversed and it could talk about just some disrupted communications, maybe some arguments, maybe some difficulties with some arguments might occur, but I don't want you to feel totally defeated about this. I feel like these are temporary things. You have the sun here reversed. And I feel that whatever is going on here, whatever might be disruptive this month that we find with these cards, is not going to necessarily, affect the future, between the two of you. But there may be some disrupted communications, maybe some things taken out of context, things like that. And it could cause maybe things to be, some disappointment, some delays. Maybe, you were going to go out somewhere and then you got in this argument and it didn't happen, something like that. But I really feel this is something that will smooth over in time.
Right. To me, I don't think this is about intentions towards you so much
What's actions?
as maybe, or actions towards you,
Okay.
so much as maybe feelings or things that they're internalizing or going through on their own right now. And, the sun
Okay.
reverse could be saying they're looking for answers, and it's not necessarily answers about you guys. It may be something else. I think is perturbing them, or is maybe have them questioning things. The idea of the Page of Swords reversed is also saying they're not comfortable with something. Again, I really don't think this is about your relationship. I think this is something that maybe they are going through on their own, and maybe they're not able or not a great communicator to some degree. And then again, with the Ace of Wands, just could be saying that if there was a plan, or if they were thinking about a plan,
Oh, yeah.
they may have decided they're not focusing there right now.
Right. A date or meeting might be canceled. That could be, or they're just, as he said, they're not focusing on it. And so something, disappointing might occur there. But you have as the key communication, the birds. So whatever is wrong here, it's really important for the two of you. And maybe you might have to be, front and center on making sure it happens. Keep the lines of communication open with one another. Just because you might have a little spat or a little falling out, you should try to keep those lines of communication open, because maybe you will be able to work things out faster if you do. That is the key here.
Well, you know them better than we do, obviously. You know their personality. I'm wondering, I get the feeling like it would be really special if they remembered you on your birthday or around that time. So I don't necessarily think it's wrong for you to maybe give a little hint there, if you know their personality well enough to gauge where that might go. And I do hope things work out better for you guys.
Do let me know if they do give you a call on your birthday. That would be interesting,
I would like
because
to know that.
my inclination by looking at this might be to tell you, well, you might be a little
Sure.
disappointed because they may not, because I look at the way the cards are here,
Yeah.
and with that Page of Swords reversed, and maybe that's what the disappointment is about. But don't let it totally upset your feelings about them. Things might rebound after that. I feel like this isn't the end of the world kind of reading here, okay? So I wish you luck, and I hope you do have a happy birthday, though. I
And
hope it
a
does work out.
last thing, and of course, we will see you
Sunday,
before
next
and
Sunday, right?
yeah, and hopefully on your birthday, of course. But the last thing too is that, you said you're waiting for them, and I'm looking at the page and I'm almost wondering if maybe they still have some maturity issues that they're dealing with too on their own too. Sometimes the page represents a person who's young or possibly immature or not fully mature.
No, we were going to do it on the 19th, I think. So we'll be doing your birthday reading on the 19th, I think it is.
I thought you made a note of that.
Yeah, I didn't, but I am now.
I do you remember? I thought we told you next Thursday.
No, no, not Thursday. That's fibers.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's okay. I made that mistake last time.
All right. Well, good luck, Mysterious. And we should move
I've
along.
got it on my list. So,
Righty.
all right. So we are on ascending.
Hi, Ascending.
And her question was right under mysterious.
You're welcome. All right, that's gonna be my deck. What deck will I use?
All right. And it is,
You're welcome.
may I please have a general reading for the next couple of months?
All right.
You've got it.
Let's see. I don't want to scare you totally, but I did happen to bring a number of Halloween type decks out.
Ooh. Well, I was going to use my horror tarot next.
Okay.
But no, I mean, for the next reading I do. So don't feel bad, Mr. O. This is the season.
Well, I'm going to use a relatively new deck. It's a tie-in with the TV show Agatha All Along, the Disney Marvel character.
That's not bad.
It's not too bad, yes. I like the metaphor of the show and personal growth, that the characters went through on their road. So a general for the next couple of months. Alrighty.
Do you want to do 2 and 2?
Yes, November and December, like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Do you want October and November? Do you want this month and November? Or do you want November and December?
We could do.
I was going to do
three
October,
each.
November.
I see.
Because it's October 5th.
That's true, right. I think we should do it that way. All right, you got it. Thank you. We love that clarification.
Yep.
Thank you, Ascending. All righty. So here we go. Is it,
October.
well, is it 2 and 2? No, it's just 3.
It's 2 and 2.
Okay, it is. Okay. I wanted to make sure.
Look, I got, okay.
I didn't see the other set there. Okay, so okay, so October, reversed Queen of Swords and reversed Ace of Cups.
Okay.
I'm not very happy about those. Here's the Raven.
That's a
who's the
stork.
Stork.
And the broom.
And the Broom.
Oh. So the reverse Queen of Swords and what?
Reversed Ace of Cups.
That's a queen. Okay.
It is.
Yes, it is. I see it. Queen of Swords, Ace of Cups. Well, and they're both reversed. I think here that you've got to watch and be careful of the decisions you make this month in October. Make sure they are in your best interest. Make sure that you're good with them, that they are definitely what's good for you. Because otherwise, you're going to feel really disappointed, very unhappy. In other words, don't be putting other people's needs and wants before your own, because I have a feeling that would make you feel very unhappy. And another thing is, it could be saying that, be careful of the decisions you make with people in your interpersonal life, whether it's family, whether it's friends, or whether it's with a romantic partner, because it could lead to disappointment. That's where I want to go. Okay.
Well, I mostly agree with her. I do think sometimes with the Queen of Swords reversed, you may feel like no matter what, you have to do this decision, even though other people won't be happy about it, if it's a choice or a decision, or don't agree with you, basically. So I do feel like you just feel you have to do this thing for yourself or for reasons that you feel are important enough for you.
But
But once again, it is the idea that, you may cause your own possible unhappiness or possibly others who either are not able to understand or don't want to understand or just feel that, it they feel it's more personal, it's more emotionally personal to them. And of course, I don't know the circumstances, but I have a feeling that really you bear more of the burden of making this decision, that it's more likely that emotionally or otherwise, that choice may have more going on for you. It may not be dramatic, but maybe something that is more important to you.
and so what could this involve? Well, it could involve a new beginning of some sort that is coming pretty rapidly to you this month. So I don't know if this is a new relationship or maybe a new level in a relationship, but it is something new. And what's ironic to me is, aces in general are about beginnings. And so this could be the beginning of something romantically or the deepening of something romantically. But, if the wrong decisions are made here, there could be some disappointment that comes from all of this.
Right. I do feel that they possibly support or relate to each other. The idea of a fast or quick coming new decision. And maybe it was about that. Maybe just a glimmer. Maybe this was about expanding your social horizon. Maybe you were thinking of joining with another group of people that you do something fun, but maybe there's something about that that doesn't sit right with you. Maybe it's a personality, something like that. So it just sort of feels like you have to decide about whatever this is because maybe other people won't understand and feel like they're hurt or slighted. Maybe you could explain that to them, but maybe you don't really need to. I mean, maybe it's not your part to do that because it's really more about you feeling comfortable.
And so, this was a general reading. So if I was reading the cards kind of individually,
Ah, surrounds a home. Okay.
ah, I see. And if I did look at these individually, I would say that in October, you will have some important decisions to make, and you got to really clear your head and make the right choices. Don't allow outside influences to get in the way of that. And especially if it's involving areas about love and romance, I feel here too, there could be something in that department or with people that you love that could go south this month. So just know that there may be something new coming your way, and maybe that's disrupting things a bit, like in your household or if it is involving a house issue, that could be what this is about. So let's look at November, shall we? What do you got?
All right. So in November, our first card is the Devil.
He's upright?
He's upright. And the second card is the reversed High Priestess.
Well, there is some light at the end of this tunnel, but let's get there first. Here's the
Snake.
yes. That's the snake in the regular Lenormand. But then we have,
The Sun.
yeah.
Snake and Sun. Okay, cool.
So I almost feel like some of this may carry into your November. And I feel here that the devil being upright could say you feel tied down or restricted by someone or some circumstance. And it likely could be what's happening here. Maybe that's halting you from really moving forward with this new beginning that you wanted to move forward on. And so you feel like maybe there's a somebody is betraying you or really causing you, maybe has been deceiving you and causing you difficulties, making it unable for you to move forward with this. But the sun is here. The sun is here and it totally lightens this reading. It's like it's like the clover card in the Lenormand too. These both change things for the better. And I think here that you will finally be able to get this settled sometime in November to your advantage. You'll be able to shed a light on the truth of the matter and what's behind it, and you'll be able to work your way through this successfully.
Well, thank you for the little tip about the home. I don't know if this involves a home that is questioned between various people that live there, but the devil itself does sort of suggest the nature of maybe some codependent relationships or thinking, people feeling that, they don't have choices, or people feeling that they're locked into choices too, possibly. Thank you. You're welcome. And so I feel that that could represent in November that more of that comes out, that you're dealing with people who are trying to pull your strings or manipulate you by interlocking relationships, codependencies. The High Priestess reverse maybe indicates that it's going to be hard for you to really discern truth on people's parts here. You don't want to systematically say, oh, you're just being a drama queen, but maybe it's not easy to understand how people are doing this to you, or what their true motives are, or what is really bugging them inside too. You may not be able to grasp that.
But I think the truth will be revealed. I
Okay.
do feel that this whole situation you may find a bit confusing, to you. And I feel here, and that's borne by the high priestess here. She just can't seem to really read, the signals, the signs here from people as to what they're really feeling and what's going on, what's behind it. But the sun means that by the end of November, all will be clear again, and you'll be able to straighten this out.
Well, did you really talk about the
I
snake?
did. I
Okay.
said that it may be a feeling that somebody has betrayed you, has been keeping something from you, doing something,
And I
maybe. Yeah, go
And
ahead.
I think it adds to that idea of maybe some codependent relationships, or people who are trying to
Yeah.
manipulate or control.
It's all going to come out, and I think
Yeah.
it's going to be better ultimately. But it might take you through, November to get there. So I wish you luck with that. I do.
Thanks for
And
dropping in,
thanks
sir.
for stopping in. Feel free to come back anytime.
Right.
We're live. But now on Saturdays, when we do our happy hour, we don't take questions. That's just a single card message. We give everybody each a card for their week ahead, a positive message. Good luck with this, though. All right, we are on Marita.
That's our sign for happy
Our
hours.
last three, and yes, my Lions game is at 4:30.
Right.
So I'm going to finish. All right, I'm getting
Thank
there.
you,
Here it
sir.
is. How does my manager see me? Will there be any raise in my job or new position in the current one, or new position in the current one? Okay. Or somewhere else. How do we want to handle that? We could just see what the cards say.
All right.
Let's see what they focus on. All right. So using my horror tarot, Mr. O has a copy of this one too because we both liked it so much.
And that's the same artist that did the Dark Wood Tarot.
That is
Yeah.
correct.
Which is also moody and dark.
And I
But I like.
believe that's Abigail Larson. Is that who it is?
Sounds
Not sure.
familiar.
Not sure. I'm quite certain it is an Elizabeth Alba, so I do know that. Okay. Hmm. Well, there's the Five of Pentacles upright. Well, there's lots of pentacles here and so far.
So it definitely is about work, I think.
The Four of Pentacles is upright. And I shuffled these up real good just for the record, before the show. And reversed, we have the Knight of Cups. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Okay. What you got?
First, there was a mountain, but the dog was able to cross it. Well, maybe.
Well, I hate to say this, but at least, and this was for October too, I don't remember. Oh, no, current one's okay. See, just about now.
Just now-ish.
Well, I'm not sure I'm picking up exactly how your manager feels about you. I think they want you to remain loyal despite whatever they're putting you through. That's what I feel here is going on with the mountains and the dog. So it's not really necessarily a good thing here. I really feel like they want you to remain loyal to the company, regardless of, the hardships you may be experiencing economically. And that's what I see here with the Five of Pentacles. It's showing conditions, financial conditions that may not be very good for you. You deserve better, and you feel like you're shut out from them right now. Whether it's because you can't find another job, whether it's because you can't get a new position in your company, or that they won't give you a raise for all the hard work you're doing. I'll stop there, but then I'll go card at a time.
Well, I think you kind of zoinked it by going right into the Lenormand, that there is this idea there. And I think it's further corroborated by the Four of Pentacles, because I think it's saying they want your loyalty, but they're not necessarily in a position to be more free with the money. The Four of Pentacles usually picks somebody who wants to hold on to the money. So they may feel like it's not financially viable for them to give you a raise, or a position that might denote you need a raise. And I sort of feel like they are the Five of Pentacles. They're the ones that sort of want to stay back from everybody else. They're sort of isolated a little bit from the people that they're in charge of.
Well, I feel here, this is a real interesting one to me that kind of fits. I feel here that they want you to value what they're giving you now. They want you to be happy and content with that. And so, also, what this is telling me besides that is to hold on to what you have right now, because things are not going to get better in the short, for the foreseeable future of this reading, at least, which could be this month of October, And so
The Knight of Cups.
yeah, I feel here,
you're soldiering on, I guess, with some amount of not exactly happiness.
I feel here that you're not going to be with this Four of Pentacles, you're not going to be, God, made me lose my thought moving forward there. The Four of Pentacles, that you're also going to have to stay, your position is not going to change. And I don't really think I see anything of value anywhere else right now, that this is where you are. And then when we go to that Knight of Cups, this is you. I think this is making you feel very unhappy. And, with this lack of movement, you really want something more. You're striving for something more. You've been working hard for something more. And it's just not happening yet. It's just not happening yet.
Yeah, we suggest that probably we'll take this up again in a few weeks or so, whenever you feel like you want to ask that question again. But it just sort of seems like things are nearly at a standstill right now.
Yeah.
So,
I wish I had better news, but that's the way it looks. Sorry to fill you in with that. All right, but good luck with that, Marita.
And I know we often had this news when you were looking for a job too, that it just seemed like things were really hard for you moving ahead in that. All right, so we are on Nimera.
Right. Your deck?
Yeah, I know. I'm looking for their question. Uh,
Well, it won't be too far back.
what do you see
My
coming for me
question
for the
here.
month of October?
Okay, for October.
It's more October. Cool.
Let's do 3 cards on that just.
Alrighty.
And
Okay.
your deck.
I know. So I'm going to use my Gothic Tarot just in time for Halloween.
Okay.
Our first card is the reversed Ace of Pentacles. Put you right there. Then we have the upright Hanged Man. And the upright Three of Pentacles.
Well,
That's your cards?
yes. So who's this?
That's the man.
Look at the
That's
number.
I never
I
remember
know,
the
but what number
numbers.
is it?
It's the bear. No.
It's it's the. Oh wait, the little goblin's the child. It's the bear. You're right. It's the bear.
I remembered for some reason.
Doggone you. You're
Okay,
right.
try again.
Oh, and the guess what's back?
Anchors away.
You're right. That's the bear. Why did I mistake Frankenstein for?
Because you wanted to fool me, but you didn't. All right, Namira.
You're
So
right. Go on.
to some degree, if this could have a focus in your economy or material matter sector of life, this could be saying that maybe there's some projects or some monetary things that are maybe a little delayed if you were hoping to start new investments or if you were hoping to start a new job or things of that sort. There may be some delays or there may be some slowdown. So at the outset, it could be saying that if you had a new job, maybe you could be laid off, or maybe things would go really slow there in some respect.
Yeah, I think there may also be just an inability to get something started that you were hoping to work on in October. It may not necessarily, and it could involve finances, my finances, money could be involved. And it could be a work related issue too, that maybe expected raise or some expected job offer if you're looking for work didn't come through as planned. There's some disappointment here or delay in getting something off the ground. And what is that one?
The
Oh,
Hanged
the
Man,
hanged
it's
man.
upright.
He is upright. And so I think here, October, whether it's about this situation, and it could be, or if it's standalone, October would be an ideal month for you to step back and really assess your progress in areas of your life that are important to you right now. And especially if something doesn't seem clear to you or things in certain areas of your life feel like they've been going in the wrong direction, it's time for you to step back, take a broad look at things, a broad objective look at things, and try to sort things out.
This objective assessment would possibly entail you maybe making some interesting changes. You might have to swap certain things for other things. You might have to let things go or give up things. So for example, an example would be you wanted to take a particular class, but there's a TV show you like to watch at night. You might have to give up watching the TV show. That's a very mundane reason, but it could be saying that
I feel called out here.
issues in your life, you might feel you need to make some changes or sacrifices for.
What's the final card?
So the final card is the Three of Pentacles, and this looks pretty good because it sort of suggests that maybe those things are setting the stage for you to clear the decks, to have that assessment and say, okay, I know where I should put my energy in my project, where I should be about go.
Well, I will say that they either fit together or they stand alone. I feel you're going to be working very hard in October, and you really are going to be trying to, do a good job to get get some positive attention from the people you work for. I feel that may be a goal here that either is involved with this or could be standalone. It could be something else. Maybe you're working to get somebody's attention in a romantic situation. Whatever the case may be, I feel here that hard work will pay off possibly. I feel here though that maybe your job security and stuff, and also your ability to maybe elevate yourself, may be stuck right now. It may be stuck where it's at right now, and maybe that's why you're going to be stepping back and figuring out, what do I need to do to turn the situation around?
I'm not sure it's totally that, and I appreciate what you said, that some of this seems to be about a job offer you had. And so I do feel like the persistence of the anchor and holding on to the idea of, your inner strength, maybe it is a waiting game. Maybe it'll take a little longer than you anticipated. So I kind of like that idea there.
I like what you said there.
And I think that the Three of Pentacles maybe furthers that idea too, because it's about sticking with the plan. If the plan is waiting until manager person is better able to deal with that, maybe they're in the hospital or under serious care right now.
So you know what? I like what he said there, and but this was talking about money here, and we've got another pentacle here, and I can't. I do know that the bear is about financial and job stability, security, and feeling comfortable there. But it's also about personal empowerment, and so he's right. Maybe this is just saying remain empowered despite what's going on here for you. Just believe in yourself and believe in what you're doing. Keep working hard on your goals or your work, your efforts at work on the job. And, know that you are doing the right thing and that you are a good person who doesn't maybe need some what's the word I want to say, outside validation in order to get raises and stuff, but you don't need any outside validation to prove to yourself that you are good at what you do, because you are good at what you do. Just keep doing it, and hopefully someday things will turn for the better for you here. But October, little bit wonky, for the foreseeable
Just
future.
hang in there, basically.
Good luck with that.
All right.
And Kelsey is up.
Hey,
Do you
Kelsey.
have a question?
Who's coming towards you?
Yippers.
You're welcome, Namira. I'm glad
All right.
it makes sense.
My deck, huh?
Uh-huh.
Let's see. I'm going to do... Oh, Where's my Ghost and Spirits? Let me use that one. Okay. Ugh, I just want to see these. Unbelievable. Okay. I was hoping to get a person, but I'm not. So I don't know. I don't know if anybody's coming towards you. You've got some energy here, like the Ten of Cups reversed, which is not very conducive to happiness in relationships. You also have the Ten of Wands reversed, though. That is okay. And the Four of Pentacles is reversed here, too. So we'll have to look at this. Curious to see what Mr. O has.
There's that dog.
Really?
The doggone girl is not mine. Well, you are. And the whip and the broom.
Interesting. Well, I have a feeling that there's not going to be a lot of happiness or harmony in relationships in this month. So, whether somebody's coming towards you or not, I don't think it's very likely, despite even the dog being here. I'll get into that momentarily. I think right now may have to work on some of the relationships in your life right now that, platonic or family or otherwise, that there may be some disharmony, there may be some disagreements, there may be some disappointments. And that's what I see kind of coming. It may be about the people that are already in your life right now. And if it's not, then I would say this: you could meet somebody that would not be somebody you want to have a happily, that you will feel would bring you a happily ever after. Let's put it that way.
Right. And I don't necessarily myself think that pertains to that possibility. I do think maybe it suggests that maybe there's an emotional dynamic around you right now. Maybe it's where or how you live. It could be family or it could be people that are normally around you. And there's some unhappiness going on. Maybe it's, about, expectations that aren't meeting it or something like that. But it could also say, because of that next 10, that maybe there have been some problems there and that you are hoping to be moving away from those problems. That could be why you're asking the question, is like, if you're getting away from some emotional discontent, maybe you are thinking, like, where will I find love, now that I'm trying to move away from some bad stuff. And that's a process of trying to liberate yourself from those, opinions or those obligations or hardships that those relationships may have given you.
Well, I think here that I'm beginning to think that this card may directly be influenced by this card, that pressures will ease, that this situation, I believe, could ease in some way. But now when I say that, it could be because you may have to let some relationships go. It's possible here you may have to do that. Alleviate yourself of the problem by saying bye bye. But, it might be that things could work themselves out. I'm not going to rule that out here because sometimes this could be a card of divorce or separation, friends breaking up, and all of that, family kind of splintering off. But I feel here that there is hope that the stress could ease. And the Four of Pentacles is here also saying you may have to, because that's reversed too, you may have to give up something in order to make this happen. You may have to let go of something. Maybe it's the friendships, like I said, or, the relationships with family or whatever that take on a different tone now. You may have to distance yourself more and let them go. Let them go with love. Maybe everything was fine beforehand, but, you may have to just let it go to alleviate that stress. I can't rule that out.
Yeah, I feel it's kind of clear there that Four of Pentacles reversed is about letting some things go. And maybe it's the sense of whatever emotional things were connected to the obligation kind of things. Sometimes when we're in a family or a certain situation, we feel we have no choice but to love that person. But it's not really true. We might respect them as a family member, but we may not feel a great emotional connection there. But regardless, this is more about you saying, I can separate that from that. Maybe they're going to always be related to you or in some family connection to you, but they don't have to have the exact same emotional weight in your heart that somebody else might.
Well, and here's the other thing too. Maybe it's a matter of letting go of some line in the sand that you had set down, some boundary. You have to let go of something that was important for you to maintain, like an attitude, a belief, something that maybe you're able to wobble on to keep the peace. It might be just something you have to compromise on. And in this case, it means letting go of something. So it could be a habit, it could be something that has been really important to you, but it's causing disruption now. And so you've got to let it go. So it's one of these things, and it could be the people themselves you've got to let go of. And when I look at this here,
Whip and broom.
the whip and broom is saying that I think you're going to sweep this friend or this close person, or this thing that's being caused by them, let's just say, away in short order. I mean, I don't think this is going to last. Because, like I said, one way or another, I think you are going to alleviate yourself of this burden.
I think it's about um, leaving yourself with just who may actually be the more loyal or appropriate people in your life, and that the swift action is to basically enforce that those who are causing those things, you're going to give them up, and you will hopefully remain with those who can be loyal to you.
So unfortunately, we didn't see anybody coming towards you.
No, we did not.
However, I would say this, that everything we said here could relate to a new person that you meet. In other words, it's not a relationship that's going to go very far, and you're going to want to dump them pretty soon. So if that's the case,
Yeah.
you're going to make a clean sweep of it. But I'm sensing it's something else, Kelsey. So
That's what I think too, Kelsey.
we'll have to see what happens. Good luck with that. And feel free to keep us posted on that.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. It is 4:18, and it is.
Time to go.
I forgot that was on there. Game time! It's game time! See how excited I am? And it's almost Chinese food time with Mr. O, too. So we're going to take off. I want to thank everybody
Good night,
for all
Jackie. Good night, everyone.
their kind words today, their good
Your
wishes. We think, we're grateful. We're still together to serve you.
We're still the one.
After all these years and all those tears. But
Thanks,
we're still
everybody.
having fun because
Thanks,
we're still
everybody.
the one. Okay, yeah, we better close it. Take care, everybody. Have a great evening or day, and we hope to see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.